Hello, amazing people. Welcome to SPM Buzz. They call me Superhost Miss Kithinji, and right here with me is Beauty Queens. Just before I introduce them, make sure to like this video, subscribe, and share, because the kind of information we are going to be having a conversation on today is something that you need, your sister needs, and anyone that is looking forward to getting into the pageantry and commercial modeling. Thank you so much, ladies, for joining me.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, so before they introduce themselves, today we are going to be talking about the world of modeling. What is the glam that we see, the glitz, the glam, the challenges, the dark side that we don't get to see, and anything else that they are going to be telling us today. Ladies, please introduce yourselves. Today we are sticking to the rules of pageantry. We are sitting upright with a smile on. All right, please introduce yourselves. Shantu, we start with you maybe.
All right. My name is Shantu Kwamboka. I am a model. I am a multifaceted human being. I am a model. I am an instrumentalist. I am a skateboarder. I am an artist, a farmer. I am a lot of things. But for the purpose of today, I am a model. I have been a model for 12 years. I started modeling in high school. Then I went to campus, and then after campus, I competed twice for Miss World Kenya. The first time I was the first runners-up, and the second time I won. I have just handed over my crown about 4 months ago, and I'm now a civilian. But I'm still in the industry. I'm now a model coach. I'm part of Pageant Assistant Academy. I teach catwalk and all things modeling skills. Yeah, so let us know more about modeling now.
Amazing. Welcome to SPM Buzz.
Thank you for having me.
Hi, my name is Fauzia Hussein, but people call me Fauzi. I've been a model since 2019, but I started as the hijabi model, which was very tricky in this Nairobi, because as a hijabi, you don't get a lot of work, leave alone being a normal model. But I relocated 2022 to Dubai. I'm Dubai-based now. I'm an international model now, and that has helped me travel outside, work with international brands, international projects. I've done reality shows. As a commercial model, you're just more like a hanger. You're just there to bring things to life. You're there to help the designers, the people behind who do not get the recognitions. You're there to help bring everything out there. And as a commercial model, you really do not get to do much as in pageantry. You don't get to speak out there. You do not get to smile a lot. You do not get to engage actually a lot. So you just actually need to have a personality. You need to have the requirements. You need to fit the role, and you need to actually, when you're in front of the camera, you need to mesh and blend and be the element they want you to be. Because there's one time a client will want you to be something, another time they want you to be something different. So you need to be able to not be sucked into that character at the end of the day.
This festive season, Send makes it easier to connect with loved ones back home. Whether it's sending money for Christmas celebration, New Year's gifts, or helping in holiday expenses, you can send money from the USA, UK, EU, UAE, and Canada to Kenya. Send ensures great rates and zero transfer fees. Use the code SPMBuzz and get $30 bonus when you transfer $50 or more in your first transaction. Send, spreading festive cheers across borders.
So we're going to be getting more into that, trying to explain to us what it takes to be a commercial model. Shantu,
Yes.
You've just handed over the crown. How has been, is it 2 years? You've been having the crown for 1 year?
1 year, 8 months.
8 months, close to 2 years.
Yeah.
How has been that reign for you? How would you describe it?
I would describe it as a journey, as an introspective journey, and lessons learned.
Aha.
Yeah.
And what is it that you could not wait to do once you handed over the crown? Is there something that you could not wait to do?
Well, being with the crown for 1 year, 8 months, it also meant that I had to fit in a certain role, which she has mentioned even in commercial modeling. But I have a change of mind right now, since it's been a growth experience.
Yeah.
It's been a learning experience, and I'm definitely I'm not the same way I was before I got crowned. So yeah, I think I just relaxed. Immediately I was looking forward to relaxing.
Yeah.
I relax so that I just make sure I plan what is ahead.
Ahead for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Now, Fozi, talking about being a hijabi model before, I'm sure it was not easy for you to decide, I need more jobs and I need to drop the hijabi. How was that moment for you, and what was the reaction that you actually got, especially from your close friends and the family?
Oh yeah, that was actually it was a very sensitive moment for me. I was just 21. It was a time where I needed to actually decide if I had to take the risk or not, because I was getting a lot of international work that needed me to be a certain character. But being a hijabi, you're very limited. You cannot tap into those other elements that you want to be. But the first time that I actually posted, it was very interesting because I didn't went full on hijabi, like just removed my hijab.
It was gradually.
I actually shaved bald.
Ooh.
You went
Interesting.
overboard.
Yes. So I shaved all of my hair, but that was not the first time shaving. I feel like, growing up, I used to just like, when my aunties would like go to the salon, I used to go to the barber and just like, I just don't like this stress. So it was not like a new thing for me. But in that moment, I was going through something, and sometimes when I go through something, my hair is the first thing to suffer. So
Felt
I just
that
had
before.
to take it out. So I got my first international work for Opera Mini immediately. And the first post that I posted,
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Now
She
I
now
know the
looks
face.
familiar.
yeah, now I have my a new character, so this is
It's
another
different.
Fauzi. So when I posted, the reaction was crazy. Everyone was asking me, are you sick? Are you okay? What's happening, Fauzi? Why is your hijab off? A lot of people were not even concerned that the hijab was off. They were concerned by the look. Like, this was very drastic, Sometimes I'm very impulsive. Like, when my mind just tells me to do something, I just do it. And later, that's when I'm just like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
I should have just, like,
Yeah.
But this is when it comes to, like, spontaneous things, like things that require, like, action, not just, like, So people were asking me, are you sick? What happened to your hijab? Are you still going to be shooting with hijab? And I was like, yes, I'm still going to be shooting with hijab.
Yeah.
If it comes my way, I will not turn it down. But I will not turn down more international work, because this, it was like limiting my potential. Everyone was like, you can bloom, you can be something bigger, you can do this. I used to get a lot of work before removing my hijab. And starting as a hijabi, I used to get 1,000 a day. And I was there in East Lee from morning till 6 p.m. shooting for those abayas. Can you imagine?
Yeah.
And those ladies, they would rather pay the photographers.
Then pay the model.
Yeah. That was very That was very mean of them, to be honest, because they try to take advantage of these upcoming models who don't know anything, and talking about how they try to make it look like as a hijabi model you just need a little bit of exposure. You don't need to be out there a lot because you're a hijabi model, you see. But then there's faces like Halima Aden who came about, and she was the first Muslim hijabi to be on the Vogue, and that just opened doors. It was a breakthrough to a lot of things. But when that happened already, I had already, diverted. And like you're asking, my family at first, they were not on board, but later on, after a few months,
and money started coming in.
yeah, I mean, my gran was like, you, as long as you just put your morals and wherever by your side, just you'll have my support.
For sure.
And ever since then, every time I go back home, I just show her, and she's like, "Yeah, I can see the face, even there's no hijab, I can still see."
Yeah. Okay. So let's talk about the rules and regulations. Yeah, because I understand that we have rules and regulations that the ordinary person does not have, and I mean every profession does. Okay. So we have the pageantry and we have the commercial modeling. Maybe let's hear from you, Shantu. What are some of the rules and regulations that we don't get to know that you have to follow?
Okay, so as a person, I feel like modeling speaks about life as a whole, because you're told as a model should have a right posture, and I believe like all human beings should have
a right posture.
You should walk straight. I believe all human beings should walk straight, should be fit. I believe all human beings should be fit. So modeling for me is so vast. It's more than just a career or an industry. It's a lifestyle. But there are categories or things they look at for you to enter different pageants. Different pageants have different requirements that they have. So physically, they have to look at your skin. They have to look at your height, your body measurements. They have to fit a certain dimensions according to the pageant that you're applying for. Dental formula, hair. That is the physical aspect. They look at your wardrobe. How are you presenting yourself? When you get out of wardrobe, we go to your mental thinking. How are you? Are you smart? Can you relate with people of different class? Yeah, so can you speak with dignitaries? Are you able to talk? They look at your public speaking. Yeah, and they look mostly about pageants. They look at what is more about you. Or first of all, you have to also have a talent, because you need to present yourself as more than just a model. And then the epitome of it all, the mother of it all is what else? Yes, you can catwalk. Yes, you can smile. What else can you do for the society? Are you doing anything to benefit your community? Are you giving back to the society? Are you using your beauty for good? So yeah, those are some of the things that they look in the pageant world.
So if I have a teeth gap, can I qualify?
Yeah, you definitely can. If it's your dream to venture into a certain pageant, you definitely can. And just take your chances.
For instance, Miss World Kenya, I understand there's a certain size of hips that you don't qualify. What's the maximum size of hips that you should have?
Well, I can't point a specific, like the actual specific figure, but it's a range from 34, 35 to, let's say, 36, 37, 8 there. But I usually don't focus on the extreme side because I'm always on this.
On this other side. Yeah.
So like I can't really say the figure on that other side, but at least 38. Yeah, but that is for Miss World.
For Miss
For
World, yeah.
other pageants are revolutionizing.
It varies.
Yeah, it varies from pageant to pageant. Yeah.
All right, Fuzi, let's hear your rules and regulations when it comes to commercial modeling.
Commercial modeling, actually, it's actually the easiest to get into. If you want to start modeling, you should start with commercial modeling, but it also has very strict requirements. You actually need to be tall, 5'8" for girls and above, and 5'8" it's still not tall enough, because most of the requirements, they say 5'11" for the girls, or 5'9", 5'10", and for the men it's like 6'2". And you need to be fit, like she said. You need to take care of your health. You need to, what you eat. What you eat is what you are. You know, you need to be more out there, like have a personality also. Be a conversationalist. Be a conversationalist also. You also need to be confident. You don't need to be smiling a lot, like I said. One of the things that I didn't get into pageantry was the fact that I have to be always on smile mode 24/7, because even when you finish from the stage with the judges, you'll be with the photographers.
Yes.
You'll be with people who want to interview you. You'll be with people who want to talk to you. So you have to put yourself, like, smile a lot. I mean, this is a very broad kind of modeling compared to commercial. And I feel like traveling out there, you get to see that it's a very big industry. It's a multi-billion-dollar industry. And people now, when they don't have this kind of exposure of this kind of commercial modeling, like in Nairobi, there's not that kind of commercial modeling. I mean, when you have that kind of exposure out there, then you get to see the way it pays well. It's a real job. That's why I'm saying it's a multi-billion industry. But out here, people don't see it like a real job. They're just like, okay, she's a model.
Yeah.
And there's also editorial modeling. Now that one is more of connected to high fashion, because there's high fashion, that's the runway. You need to be 178 to be on the runway.
Yeah.
And I was trying to tap into high fashion, but the requirements are very strict, very strict. Like most of the castings I went to, they were telling me my measurements are perfect, my face is perfect, but I'm not tall, so we cannot take you.
Wow.
And they're serious about that.
How tall are you?
I'm 173. But the requirements are 178 and above for the ladies.
Okay.
This is in Paris, Milan, and Italy. I mean, most of the international, where the fashion weeks are happening. So even if how gorgeous you are, even if you are the size of the measurements of the mannequin, if you do not have those requirements, you really cannot get into that international commercial market.
Okay. Those are the rules and regulation, guys. Now, let's talk about, let me ask also first, Shantu, the smiling aspect. Because every time I've seen you in events, you have to be smiling, you're smiling all the time.
Yeah.
Did it ever get hard the days that, you are just not feeling like smiling because things are not going right? Did it ever get hard?
Well, I don't think so, because I am a very happy person naturally. Whether I'm going through whatever, whether I'm going through anything, I'm just happy, and I just want to share the joy with everyone else. But it is hard when it comes to being on stage, because it's a 3-hour long event, like the main event night. And yeah, you come in for categories. That's okay, because you're having fun. You're catwalking. You'll definitely smile, and it will come naturally. But then when it's all of you on stage, and you have to pause there, wait for the judges to look for what they're looking for, and you just it's actually very awkward. You don't know, should I smile? Should I stop smiling? And you're there for 3 hours. So yeah, to me, just that it's the only part. But for events, like I meet beautiful people like you, we have conversations, it comes naturally. Yeah, so smiling is not really hard, and actually it can be practiced because it's also muscles. So you can practice it to have muscle memory, because some people say that they don't know how to smile.
I actually don't like my smile.
I also don't
when
like.
it's not genuine. I look
it looks
terrible.
weird. Yeah, it's very odd.
So I even the photographer over here, I tell them I don't like smiling, because when it's not genuine, it's bad. But when it's genuine, it's so beautiful.
Yeah.
I can't fake a smile, so I need to learn. I need to.
And it's for hours, like she said.
You don't need to learn to fake it. You don't need to fake the smile. You don't need to fake a smile.
I mean, now what if you're supposed to smile and there's nothing to smile about?
Exactly. Like this one, you're standing there for 3 hours smiling.
What if there's nothing
saw
to
a
smile about?
YouTube.
Look at you. You have mad hair.
Imagine the smile lines after that. It's good.
Well, yeah.
So those
But I saw
muscles,
a
we have to
YouTube,
work on them.
a lady, she was explaining about pageantry.
Yeah.
One of the things that someone should have warned her is about smiling.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really that serious, because you're smiling from the time you're getting there till when you're leaving the
Till
show.
the
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So,
Well, okay.
So on stage, it's really hard.
Yeah.
Really hard. Maybe they've already called top 10 and your name was not called out, and you're supposed to still come back on stage.
Smiling.
So sometimes it can be plastic. So
Yeah.
it's awkward. You don't know what to do. Should we smile? Yeah, but
Wow.
yeah.
Okay.
We don't need to fake smiles, guys. We don't need to.
I remember I hosted one of the pageantry, let me not mention the name, at the red carpet. And I remember my brief was, smile, 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 start smiling. We're about to go live, smile. I'm like, okay, this is the day.
Yeah.
But anyway, Fozzy, let's talk about now being an African model internationally, now out there. What are some of the differences? Because you've experienced the Kenyan modeling scene, and you have also experienced that one outside there in Dubai and all these other places you've been. Is there any unique challenge you can single out as an African model?
just one. I don't want to get into it a lot, but I'll just like highlight one. So they go a lot about diversity and including a lot of colored models, black skin, dark skin models. But when you get to the casting, I'll start with Dubai. Dubai is full of different backgrounds, a lot of different ethnicities. There is Middle Eastern, there is Asians, there is Africans, Europeans, all in one city. And to be honest, when you go to these castings, it's like, let's say, 200 of you guys. And of course, you'll see a lot of black models, let's say like 50 of them, but then they'll end up only picking one. And the one they're picking is someone that they've been working with maybe most of the time. And even if they're going to pick them, that's not someone who's representing all of the colored models in Africa. It's not like in Paris, they'll go for the dark skin. Most of the South Sudanese. I mean, they're representing Africa, they're putting Africa in the map, but then we have other shades. And they don't actually like to see that a lot. So you might go and the diversity, as they say, it's really
not
like that.
So it's kwa ground vitu ni tofauti.
The market is saturated by a one look.
Okay.
And if you go, actually, you can predict the outcome most of the time. If you see like a lot of like this kind of like familiar faces and a lot of dark-skinned Sudanese models, just know it's guaranteed for them.
How does that make you feel for someone who's trying to spread their wings out there?
I know this is controversial. I mean, I have a lot of beautiful South Sudanese models who are international. I started working them in Nairobi. Some of them, I saw them working in Nairobi from 2019, and they just spread their wings. They're working international right now. They're on Vogue, they're on all magazine covers, doing Balmain, Fendi, all shows. I adore them. They inspire me, to be honest, but I mean, it's just, I would like to see like Rwanda, other people, Central of Africa, just being put on the map,
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of different looks that's representing Africa. We have a lot of different looks. It's not like only one category of people that's gonna be doing everything all the time. So that's a bit of it makes you feel some type of way, because this is your job. You've actually made it your job. It has reached a point where people actually know this is what this person does. So yeah, I mean, I feel like, and then inclusivity, it has killed the modeling, to be honest. I mean, also this is a very controversial topic, but liwalo, because inclusivity, I mean, back in the day, you used to see these models like the Victoria's Secret model, and you'd wonder, wametoka wapi? Where did they come from? Because they're drop dead gorgeous, their bodies are out of this world. You need to be smart to be a doctor. You need to be smart to be an astronaut. You need to have these requirements to be a model. But now everyone, because of all this inclusivity, everyone now, someone who's sitting on their couch at home now actually feels and thinks, I need to be there.
Yeah.
I can do that, because there is someone who's actually, mwenye hafai kukua with that opportunity, has been given that platform.
Yeah.
And there is someone out there who has all the qualities, all the requirements, but then, it's not the right time, because we need to have inclusivity at this time. So yeah.
So it's
that's
working
also-
for some and not working for others.
Yeah.
Wow.
But this is in general, like the
Yeah.
inclusivity in terms of like the way they're just trying to, I mean,
to push the agenda.
yeah.
Well,
That's what I
okay.
mean.
Now let's get into exploitation and sexual favors, because these are concerns that have been raised by so many models. You're like, oh, I dropped that because someone said this. I dropped this because someone said this. And then also just being exploited when it comes to payment. Sometimes you're paid with exposure. So let's probably just, Shantu, let's start with you on exploitation and sexual favors. Have you encountered any of this, and how are you able to handle this? And if not only just you, some of your close friends were in the same industry as you. Yeah.
Well, I am lucky enough to not have gone through sexual exploitation as a person, but I know models have. I know models have been asked to give sexual favors. We've known this. I've heard of this ever since I was a child. From close contact, I've had friends who we were in the same contest, and they were not being told, let me have my way with you so that I can advance you
this.
somewhere else, but it was just being approached by someone in the other side of the team, the part that should be mentoring, not to advance you, but just for their pleasure, which I found wrong, because the dynamic there was a mentor and mentee
Sort of arrangement.
Yeah, like if you're really attracted to this person, at least wait until
They're out of...
out of that dynamic, so that so that is my experience with like the sexual. But I have been lucky enough to not have ever been asked to give myself sexually, so that I can advance in any level in the modeling career. Exploitation does happen a lot toward models. I have experienced this ever since campus. Ever since I was contesting for Miss Maseno, we were supposed to be paid the the pays were delayed, the money was delayed. Like, we face a lot of that. So I really think we should have regulations so that isikuwe ni kama ni favor tunafanyiwa, because we work for it, we prepare, we actually spend. They say modeling is an expensive hobby.
Yeah, that's true.
Modeling is an
look the
expensive
part.
hobby.
Yeah, all the time.
All the time. So we invest a lot to be where we are. So we should also get a pat on the back for that, deservingly, not like shikai. Yeah. So yeah, like late payments. I've done events where the payments were delayed so many times. I've gone through scams. Like,
They really
you can
don't take modeling in Kenya serious, yeah? Like in West Africa, it's really serious. Like,
But it is. I can't really just dismiss it as not serious. I have been a model for 12 years here, and I think I've been busy.
Currently?
All those, yeah. Currently, I am working as a coach, a modeling coach. So yes, I'm mentoring new models who are entering to the industry in terms of their catwalk, poses, public speaking, and everything. So I can say it has been active. We definitely have room for improvement, but it has been active.
why does it look like it's been saturated by influencers a lot?
Like especially commercial modeling, I feel like as long
There's
as you're
no-
pretty and you have a
Yeah.
following, then you qualify to be a commercial model in Kenya.
No, really, you need
Uh-huh.
to actually look the part also. You
But-
need to be the only thing that is easy, you need to be relatable, because it's more like selling a product. Whether it's makeup, hair, clothes, anything. You need to be relatable. That's the basic of commercial modeling.
Yeah.
But there's also the requirements. You need to be also a little bit
shapely.
yeah, fit.
But fit.
The hips requirement also is 34, 35 max.
But do Kenyan organizers really consider that when it comes to commercial modeling?
No.
That's
And
why
I
there is
think
no
that's
commercial
okay.
modeling
And I
anymore.
think that's okay, because let's say it's a telecommunications company, and they need to sell their product. They can't just use
Yeah,
us,
yeah.
people in our sizes and shapes, to market their product. They need the audience, their market, their target audience, their target market to
To
feel
resonate.
related to,
Yes, it's a
to the
relatable,
campaign.
yeah.
So that's why it's vast. And I think it's just about what the client wants.
Yeah.
The client might want skinny models, and we'll definitely we'll get there. And
But
they can want just
that's
vast.
the thing now. Do we have them? Do we have a lot of them? The ones that you're coaching, they're out there actually, being active, wako huko wanapata these gigs.
There are castings, international castings. Agencies usually come to Kenya every few months, 3, 4, 5 months, different. We've had Future Face. I was actually part of the casting team for Future Face. Auditions.
Imagine we have international agencies coming to cast in Nairobi, but do you know where these international agencies are from? South Africa and West Africa.
Yeah, not Kenya.
How is that possible?
Then
Well-
And then they're the ones
it's
doing the placements.
Yeah.
They're the ones doing the placements internationally. But they're coming to actually select the beauty, all these unique looks from East Africa. That's what I mean.
Yeah. Well, is that part of now exploitation? Is there a way that you'd probably now place it as exploitation because they come to scout for talent here?
It is. I wouldn't say exploitation. I would say lack of exposure. Because, when you know about these things, when you are educated about these things, when you actually know that modeling is a real job, and if we have organizations who can actually put these young talents out there, it would be much better. But you wouldn't say it's exploitation if they don't even know. These are young talents. They're going for castings. Oh, they just say, oh, Beth Models is in Kenya. They want to take a few people. You know how many people will show up there? 500. I was one of them. And then they'll pick like 10.
Yeah.
They will come here, Miss University Africa, they'll come and take people here also. They'll come for 20 models, something from South Africa. They'll come here, take 5 models also.
Yeah.
Why are they taking the unique looks from us? Why are we not doing the placements?
Yeah.
It's just that. Because we do have the potential.
We do have.
Then it's a food for thought for us. It's now work in our hands. Like, what can we do?
And you know, seeing like that is already an issue, and seeing that it's saturated by influencers is just making it seem like it's gonna die all at once, you know?
And that is so unfortunate.
And only pageant is gonna be there. I mean,
yeah. Well, let's get into yours on the sexual favors internationally now. Is it the same as here? Some of the concerns that have been raised here in Kenya, is it the same?
actually, there's nothing like that internationally.
Ah.
Because, you know, people do report people immediately.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you have free will. You can say no. Most of these people, yes, they'll be like, okay, we can take maybe some nude shots, and then I will help you get you into an agency or something. If you accept, that's on you. But I've never had anyone exploited, like, sexually. All the people I've worked with, I haven't had any stories like that, to be honest. And I feel like maybe back in the day it used to happen, but right now, because, I mean...
Especially
people,
Dubai, you know, when you're reported, it's a whole issue. Yeah.
And I mean, I don't think people can try that in Dubai too. So, I mean, actually, I'm just based in Dubai, but I do work a lot outside Dubai.
Yeah.
But my main agency is there.
It's there in Dubai. So I think we had gotten into how we can improve our visibility internationally. One, we've mentioned Intermatters doing placement. Who is supposed to do that?
The main people who are handling the entertainment and everything, like the entertainment industry here. I don't understand. It's just that. The people who have the power. I mean, if you can give someone power to be a big journalist, you can also give someone that much power to do that. I just feel like it comes down to having the power to do that. It just makes us powerless.
Yeah.
If someone else is doing that for us.
Shantu, would you know, like, what is it, like the government? Is it like a cabinet secretary? Is it like the modeling agencies? Would you know who is in the place to do these placements just to represent Kenya by itself?
Well, it's for now what we are working with are the platforms that are existing already. But if the existing systems are not adequate, we are now the new generation of models. So we can start our own
Agency.
We can start our own agencies and start doing the placements ourselves, because we see it from a new lens. And we have different visions. So we can
Like Halima.
we can now just wake up and start doing it ourselves.
Halima Aden, she came from the camp, the IDP camp in Kenya. Most of these South Sudanese models are actually scouted from the camps in Kenya.
Not even in a modeling agency.
Not even in their own country, South Sudan.
Yeah.
In East Africa, the whole of East Africa is full of unique looks. And it's just not being put out there, but who is supposed to be doing that?
Yeah.
And even if they're not even doing a good job.
Is there any other way that we can improve the visibility of our models in Kenya just to be international?
We can be doing, like, recently there was Lagos Fashion Week. And they even had, like, influential people walking around there. Like, Davido just did, like, a breeze walk to Alipita to Apo. But they have South Africa, they have fashion weeks too. Even Rwanda, they do. I mean, I'm talking about something that's gonna bring talent together, to bring something to life.
Yeah, I think we also do have our own, only that they're not so much advertised or, probably just making it.
Everything is down to also the way you sell something.
Yeah.
The way you brand it and sell it. To be honest, nikiona kitu tu inakaa hivi kimalamala, sitaitaka. But if it's something that is so pleasing to the eyes, I would want to come. If the invitation is looking like, wow, this is Nairobi doing something for East Africa. It's not even going to be Nairobi Fashion Week. It can be East African Fashion Week. Can you imagine that?
And I'm sure there are some organizers.
We've had Eco Fashion Week recently, about 2 weeks ago. Yeah, and we featured so many models in Kenya, but I'm so happy that they actually focus on sustainable fashion. Yeah, so reduce, reuse, recycled materials. Yeah, so we are.
I mean, there's small.
Do you feel like we needed to give that more visibility? Because now, you see, for instance, I am not in the modeling agency, but I'm not in the modeling industry. But I know South Africa did something. It's been trending.
Yes.
I know Nigeria did something.
Yes.
It's been trending. But I haven't seen what we did in Kenya,
and even if they're doing it, okay, they'll do that a small runway, like, let's say something like Vivo, a brand like that.
Yeah.
They'll go to Sarit rooftop, do something like that.
Yes.
They'll go to something like that. Like
for
something
the wedding
small like that.
gowns.
Those ones, they're not going to amount to something that's going to put you out there. You need to give an impression.
For sure.
You need to put that mark immediately.
Yeah.
When the pan is hot. Like, you just need to get designers from Tanzania, Rwanda, models from Rwanda, connect them. Because agencies in Europe, they don't have just faces from Paris. They have faces from all over. In one agency. They have from Korea, from Poland, from Brazil in one agency. You can have East Africans in one agency. It can be, the mother agency can be in Kenya then.
Yeah.
We can be doing the placements.
Well, someone needs to take up that responsibility of working on that, just to make sure we get ourselves out there, because there's talent, there's all the different faces you're mentioning. We have what it takes, for sure. We do. Also, let's talk about now financial compensation. I think we've mentioned about it, but let's also just get into it. And I would like to ask Shantu on this one. Despite you having the title, because you already have a title, there are those people that do not have anything.
Yeah.
Can you acknowledge and confirm that you can actually survive with modeling jobs in Kenya?
Well, modeling only?
Yes. For someone who has no title like you. Yes. For just a normal person that looks nice, a model, she's looking the part, but she has no title.
Yeah.
And no agency.
I think you can be a freelance model. I have a friend who is a freelance model. So she does commercials, whether it's for telecommunication agencies, companies, shoots. She can apply for billboards. Let's say if you just get one billboard gig per year, like a 1-year buyout, that's
but is it really good? Possible? Because I'm looking at telecommunication. We have like 2 that are in operation, like really well in Kenya. How many models do we have? How many models are they going to take? Then there's also the aspect of the one that you mentioned, your target audience. They probably need a mama mboga in the market.
They need a new face every time.
So is it really sustainable?
It can be. It can be, because it can't just be photo shoots or catwalks. Right now, I'm earning from coaching. That is also getting finances. Someone can earn from having a media company covering modeling events and everything, even worldwide, not just Kenyan modeling world. Someone can be a model because we have had time getting heels. I can be a model and I decide to travel to, let's say, Malaysia and get so many heels and come and sell to models here in Kenya. So we don't have to be like really rigid when it comes to just getting money
Need
as
to
a
be
model.
branching,
We
yeah.
just need to think out of the box.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're still in the industry. You're still in the industry, yes, but just
But you need to stand out.
Find different
With what you're
avenues of how
doing.
to make money for you because you're already in love with the industry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's an advice from someone who's been there. Yeah. How about you? Do you think it's sustainable when you do the comparison of Kenya and Dubai? Let's just say Dubai.
When I was living in Kenya,
Yes.
it was definitely not.
Mm-hmm.
Just being as a model, I mean, I was staying at home, so I mean, I mean, the money was just my money. It didn't matter. But I don't think it's something that you should just be too comfortable doing, especially in Kenya, because they do take a lot from you before they even pay you. And even the few international works I did before leaving, they didn't quite fully pay me all of it till now. But I just like decided to just, I don't know, niliona tu hiyo ni mbaya already, I don't know.
Yeah.
And I just left, so it wasn't on my mind that much. But internationally, you can definitely survive. You can.
It's some good money out there.
Yes.
Okay.
You can.
So, Shantu, what is that one significant challenge that you'd say you have experienced as a beauty queen that maybe most people that are in the same industry as you can experience, or probably potentially if they ever get to be a beauty queen like you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, pageantry and being a beauty queen comes with its ups and downs. So the main thing that maybe could be challenging, which was challenging to me, was just rediscovering myself. It was more about in here rather than the outside things that were affecting me. It was a lot of self-judgment. I am a very confident girl, very confident, but when you're in competitions, I tended to compare myself with other people, which was wrong. Right now, I know I can't because I know I am enough how I am, and that is what I'd like to preach to every model who is going to come up. Just know that you're enough however you are. You're perfect however you are. You should not compare yourself to other people. So when that happens, you're also going to deprive yourself from your mental joys. You're going to have self-esteem issues, be less confident. And when that happens, you're also not performing well
Yeah.
as the beauty queen or as a model in the industry as a whole. So, and I know it affects a lot of models because this is a very tricky industry because sometimes we are literally judged because of how we look,
Yes.
how we speak, how we dress up. Like it's a judgmental industry. You're being judged for everything. So it's really important to just be sure and just be comfortable in your own skin because it doesn't affect just me. It didn't affect just me, and it's still not going to stop. So we just have to come from a point of, this is who I am.
Yeah.
Take me or leave me.
Yeah.
Just being comfortable in your own skin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fozi, would you like to single out any significant challenge that you'd say, yes, things are good, I'm making money, but this one is
Actually,
a challenge?
it's the same what you said.
Uh-huh.
The comparison is actually it's the thief of joy.
Mm.
You should not be comparing yourself because we're all different. And this is a very big table. We can all eat.
Yeah.
We're all going to get this bread, you know? And the more you do that, the more you lose yourself. You're not getting in touch with the potential that you have. You're not bringing it out because you're always asking yourself, why didn't I have that? Why am I not in that position? Why is it not me? But everything is up to God. If it's for you, it will find you, its way to you.
For sure.
For sure.
That's for
Best
sure.
believe it. It might take time, it might take turns, but it will find its way to you. You might not get this gig, but you'll be asking yourself, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
But you will get another one, a better one, better clients. And in everything, just be a better version of you. That Fauzia that is inside there, just be a better version of Fauzi. Just bring that out. The one that you keep talking, like your subconscious is just like, okay, I want to start working out, I want to do this. It's because the future you is already in active mode. You just need to bring it out. Be that best version, and everything is just going to align.
Yeah. Let's talk about stereotypes, because the models are always looking good, looking glam, you know, always smiling. If it's an event you've been invited to, you are hanging out with these prominent people, you know. There's this aspect of promiscuity, you know, of people expecting models to behave a certain way. You already know, this is a beauty queen, maybe, you know, they will accept my favors. That such stereotypes. How does it make you guys feel? And have you actually interacted with anyone who probably thought this is a beauty queen and they had their conclusion immediately? They started having this conversation with you. Shantu?
Well, I definitely have gone through such stereotypes, and it's heartbreaking. It is heartbreaking because this is a career. This is a career. So how people knew modeling before, or they just thought models were people who wear short skirts only and are loose, which is not true. We have such people in every industry, and in this industry as well. I'm not saying all models are good and none of us are promiscuous, but it all comes down to a single individual who should have their own values that govern their lives. But labeling the whole industry as everyone in the industry is promiscuous, that is really wrong. Because a few months ago, I was having a conversation with a friend, and they knew some aspects about my life, and then they were like, oh, are you sure? And you have been a model for all these years? I was like, yeah, this is work. This is actually work. The same way you'll wake up in the morning and get dressed be at work from 8 to 5 p.m. That is also what we do. We work, we go for photo shoots, we catwalk runways, we wear different designs, and we give back to the community. That is all about us. So I think we still have a very long way to go to just really let the world into our world and just show them it's not even just about the looks.
Just know how you look, yeah.
It's not even just about the looks. This is what we love, and it's important to pursue what we love from within our hearts, because it's part of our purpose.
Yeah.
You might love interviewing. It might be in you. What if you don't pursue that? Yeah, it should be the desires in our hearts stem from our purpose that was put in us by God.
100%.
So yeah, we have a long way to go to just let the world into our world, to just let them see what we are about. But the stereotypes are there, and it's heartbreaking.
It's always gonna be there.
It is heartbreaking.
You just need
to
to
hear.
know to walk past it, like to just graze over it, you know.
Yeah. Have you had like a situation whereby now someone had this stereotype in their head and they knew it applies to you?
I mean, to be honest, out there in the EU, in Europe, when they see you, they actually spot on recognize that you're a model, and they treat you so well. They really do treat you well.
Yeah.
I mean, in Paris especially, oh my God, as a model, you will have a good time there. You will be treated like a queen because, you know, it's so tall, the style is impeccable, you're just going everywhere is VVIP access. I'm talking about, have you seen Beauty Privilege? Uko inawaka.
Inawaka.
Completely. I mean, when I come to Kenya and everything, I mean, yeah, but then the stereotypes are always gonna be there. They're gonna be thinking, okay, maybe she's very easy, she's cheap, we can do this and that, she's gonna come. But no, do you wanna see my rate card? It really isn't.
Yeah.
They just have this, they need to actually let it sink in and accept that we're in a new age, like social media is taking over. And if they cannot accept that modeling is the real job by now, then I don't think they will ever do. So you just have to do you and leave your impression. A good one, yeah. And just move on, because someone else will come, leave another impression, and they will still think the way they think.
Yeah.
It never changes.
So as we finish up, I would like to know, Shantu, you had a platform for advocacy. What were you able to achieve with that? What impact did you create? Let us into it. Let's know.
Okay, so during my reign as Miss World Kenya, my project was Save a Life. It was a drought alleviation project. Since 2021, we were facing drought. But I really didn't feel like I achieved the amount of impact that I wanted to achieve as a Miss World Kenya project-wise, or Beauty with a Purpose project-wise. But the few lives I touched, because we visited Makueni County and we were able to donate dry foods to the people there. But then after the drought, now we started having floods. I don't know if you can remember. We now started having floods. So I started enjoying more of the activities, because we could visit children's homes. We went to Kibera and just spend time with the kids and donate food as we can. So such moments were the fulfilling times. But going through Miss World, like the international competition that was held in India, I learned that I actually don't need that crown to create the impact that I want to create. That lesson, it was an aha moment when I got to India, because my mindset before winning Miss World Kenya was like, I'm going to win Miss World Kenya and I'm going to be empowered to help all the projects, to do all the projects that I'm passionate about. But now going to Miss World, and I met so many beautiful ladies from different countries, and they all had different projects that were close to their hearts. I was like, if I really want to plant a tree, I don't really need a big platform to do that. I can do that myself. So yeah, now it's about time. Now I started doing all the impact that I want to do, that I feel are connected to my life's purpose. It's one step at a time.
For sure.
But the few lives that I touched, I was able to touch during my reign as Miss World Kenya. I'm very happy. Hata kama ni mmoja, I'm very happy because I still have kids. The organizations that we were partnering with, they still send me videos of the kids reiterating the messages that I was telling them, and that is very heartwarming to see. So I impacted a few lives, and I'm proud of that, and many more lives to be impacted coming.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right,
Long way to
Fuzzy.
go.
What do you have to say now in terms, generally, for us to improve and get to the standards that are there, to the kind of respect models are being accorded there, as we wind up your final words?
I just feel like we need a system that's gonna put these faces, these unique talents out there. We need an organization that actually believes in the potential of the young generation. Not only in, they don't see it as a serious career path, but it really is. There is proof of that, actually.
Yeah.
And if we have a system that's gonna implement this, it's gonna be phenomenal, to be honest. A breakthrough for not only Kenya, the whole of East Africa, because the potential is there. It just needs to be tapped. And the longer we take, the more we're gonna give out to more people to do it for us. Why can we not do it for ourselves?
Yeah.
You know, we should be the one putting our names out there. I mean, we have Kenya, Tanzania, and Somalia. We have Kushites in Kenya, so it's still like all these unique features are here, and you know, someone else is getting that platform to do that. So if we just get to, work on that, I feel like we can be very far.
Yeah.
In the whole of entertainment as a sector, not only the fashion scene.
I agree. Shantu, your final
Yes.
words?
Well, modeling is a beautiful industry. It's an industry that helps you grow in your confidence, helps you express yourself, and gives you a lens to see life from a beautiful point. So if you're interested in modeling, definitely don't let the hardships and the bad circumstances prevent you from joining the industry, because as I've said, if you have that desire, feel that desire, because there is a reason you have that desire. Yeah.
Follow
And
your passion.
Yes.
And if you actually do what you love, it's so fulfilling. It's
It
not
is.
even tiring.
It
Because
is.
sometimes they can be the call time is 4 a.m. You have to wake up before that. You have to leave there, let's say, by midnight.
Yeah.
But it's not even tiring because you're in your element.
You're doing
So,
something
yeah.
you love.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Also-
ladies.
Okay. Sorry.
Also.
I didn't finish final words.
Okay.
Yeah, take care of your health, mental, physical, spiritual. Take care of your health. Make sure you better yourself. Make sure your today is better than your yesterday. Just love yourself and live every day at a time. Have grace also for yourself. And
Yes, grace is
let's
very
live this life.
important.
We're here, so let's live it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Actually, be cringe. Be whatever. Because at the end of the day, everyone is going to say something. So give them a good reason.
To
Be
say
good.
something.
Yes.
I like that.
Yeah, give them a nice headline.
Yeah.
I mean,
All right, ladies. Thank you so much for joining
you.
us with this on this conversation and just trying to shed light of what this industry entails. All right, guys. This was Fauzi, who is a model based in Dubai. Of course, she is Kenyan. And we have the immediate former Miss World Kenya, Shantu Kwamboka. Thank you, ladies, for gracing SPM Buzz today.
Thank you for having us.
And like they have said, modeling is a career like any other. This is the purpose that God placed in their hearts, and that is why they would like to pursue. So in the case that you feel that you want to do the same out there, please, by all means, you have heard from them, their experiences. They have encouraged you guys to go about it. They have told you where to touch so that you can get into that international space. Make sure you follow your purpose. Do not be discouraged. There is someone who is actually making something out of that. Thank you so much, ladies. Again, I have thanked them so much. But yeah, thank you for watching. And until next time, my good name is Miss Kithinji. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
bye.
SPM Buzz.